two people, the same age, the same breakfast, the same number on the bathroom scale, but one of them is quietly drifting toward a metabolic problem, and the other isn't. The difference won't show up in the mirror. It won't show up on the scale. It shows up in a single number, a number most people are checking at the wrong time of day. When most people think about blood sugar, they think about one number: the morning reading, the fasting number you get before you've eaten anything. It feels like the honest number, the true baseline, but there's a second number, and almost nobody watches it closely. The number that appears 1 to 2 hours after you eat. The spike. Here's the strange part. For a lot of people, the morning number looks fine for years, while the after-meal number has already started telling a very different story. So which one actually matters? To answer that, you have to understand what each number is really measuring. Let's start with the morning. You've slept 8 hours. You haven't eaten since the night before. Logically, your blood sugar should be at its lowest. And for many people, it isn't. In the early hours of the morning, roughly between 3 and 8 a.m., your body starts preparing you to wake up. It releases a wave of hormones: cortisol, growth hormone, a little adrenaline. These hormones send one quiet instruction to your liver: release stored sugar. This is called the dawn phenomenon. It's normal. It's how your body gives you the energy to open your eyes and stand up. In a body with good insulin sensitivity, this happens smoothly. Insulin balances the sugar, and the morning number stays in a healthy range. But in a body that's becoming insulin resistant, that balancing act starts to fail. The liver pours out sugar, and there isn't enough working insulin to bring it back down. So the morning number creeps up, even though you didn't eat a single thing. That's why a high fasting number can be one of the louder warning signs. It's your metabolism struggling at rest. Now the second number, the one that hides in plain sight. You eat a meal. Carbohydrates break down into glucose. Glucose enters your bloodstream. Your blood sugar rises. That's supposed to happen. In a healthy response, insulin shows up quickly, moves that sugar into your cells, and within about 2 hours, you're back near where you started. A gentle hill, up and back down. But when insulin isn't working well, that gentle hill becomes a mountain. The number climbs higher than it should, and it stays up longer. And here's why this matters so much. The after-meal spike often shows up years before the morning number ever goes wrong. It can be the very first crack in the system. You can feel it too. That heavy, foggy crash an hour after lunch. The afternoon energy collapse. The cravings that hit out of nowhere.
Those aren't random.
They can be the aftershock of a spike that climbed too high and fell too fast. Repeated spikes day after day, year after year, don't just affect energy. Researchers link them to oxidative stress, inflammation, and long-term strain on the blood vessels and the heart. So the after-meal number isn't the quiet one. It might be the early one, so morning glucose or after-meal spikes. Which one matters more? Here's the honest answer, and it's not the one most channels will give you. They both matter, because they're measuring two different things. The morning number tells you how your metabolism behaves at rest, when nothing is challenging it. The after-meal number tells you how it behaves under stress, when food forces it to respond. A normal morning number with sky-high spikes? That's a metabolism that's struggling quietly. A high morning number? That's a metabolism that's struggling out loud. The real story isn't one number. It's the pattern. How high you wake up, and how high you climb after you eat. Together, those two numbers say far more than either one alone. If you only ever check the morning reading, you may be reading the last chapter and skipping the warning written in the middle of the book. The good news is that this pattern is not fixed. It responds to how you live. A few of the simplest levers supported by research. The order you eat in. Eating vegetables and protein before the starch can blunt the size of the spike. Movement after meals. Even a 10-minute walk after eating gives your muscles a way to pull sugar out of the blood without asking insulin to do all the work. Fiber, protein, and sleep. Poor sleep alone can raise both your morning number and your spikes the very next day. And then there are the ingredients researchers have studied for metabolic support. Names you've probably heard us mention: berberine, cinnamon extract, resveratrol, and others. These are studied for their support of healthy glucose metabolism, not as replacements for the basics, and never as a cure. When we review a blood sugar support formula on this channel, This is the lens we use. What's actually inside it, what the research says, and whether the dose makes sense. So the next time someone asks which number matters more, you'll know the answer. It was never one number. It was the pattern hiding between them. Watch the morning. Watch the spike. And watch how the two of them move together. Because that's where the truth lives. This video is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. Always talk to a qualified healthcare professional before making changes to your health. If this helps something click into place, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next investigation.